Good morning you guys, welcome to another video. I wanted to do a full day of eating, full day of training whilst on this pregnancy journey of life. So it is currently Tuesday. I am a new week every Sunday, so we are 25 weeks. 25 weeks pregnant, which to me I felt like, oh my gosh, it's only 25 weeks, there's still so many to go. There's still 15 to go, but like kind of max. 15 takes it up to the 40, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is 3 months. We have 3 months left. I wanted to make this video just to show you kind of any changes I've made or how I'm kind of navigating my own like health and fitness journey whilst being pregnant. I also want to be very honest in the video, and this is the thing, it's very difficult to know how to approach this topic when talking about it, because I want to be so honest and make other people feel that what I'm going through might be something they're going through and it's relatable, and at the same time you also don't want to mention any kind of negative experiences because you don't want to sound ungrateful. So it's a very touch and go. I don't know how much to share, how much not to share, but I think I'm just going to go for it and just say exactly kind of how I'm feeling, how things have been going. And I would just hate for you to watch my channel and think, oh, she's still eating healthy all the time, she's still going to the gym 4 times a week, she is having no issues, like she's absolutely fine, that's a bit unfair, blah de blah de blah. Because I will be honest, for the most part, I would say like 85% of the time, if not 90, I got 85, I'm so lucky for the experience I'm having. 100% of the time lucky for the experience that I'm having, but 85% of the time it's very positive and I feel like myself and I feel good. And then there's obviously that kind of 10 to 15% of time where it's quite hard, and we'll delve into that in this video as we kind of go through our day of eating and training. So welcome. If you are brand new, please subscribe, and we're going to go straight ahead and make breakfast, and once we are fed and watered for the day, we'll get ourselves ready and we'll have a chat before the gym. So this is what we're looking at for 25 weeks. Obviously, I have belly. It came out of nowhere. Like, I came back from the Philippines and I thought I felt really bloated for a few days because I was sick, and I felt really bloated, and then it kind of went down a bit, and then the rest of it stayed, and I was like, oh. So around about week 22, 23 is where this belly just like popped, because I felt really pregnant in the Philippines, but then see when I look at photos I'm like, no, you weren't. Whereas now this is basically by next Sunday we're going to be starting 6 months, so we're almost at 6 months. To me this feels big on my body because my body does not normally have this, okay? To some people this might not be big, to other people I might look massive, but this is just where we're at so far. Ta-da! So I know that I'm hungrier than just my oats this morning. So I have these, oh my gosh, see these hiccups, hold on. These vegan croissants. Where did I get these? Did I get these in possibly Tesco actually? It's the Pret. They do like frozen vegan croissants that you just pop in the oven for 25 minutes. So whilst I eat essentially breakfast part 1, I am going to pop one of them in the oven so that when I finish my oats I can have a croissant with the remainder of my protein coffee. So okay, we are back. I have this kind of, it's not even a spot, I don't know what it is. I get this when I sleep badly. I get these kind of wee red marks. It kind of looks like a spot, but it's not quite, like it's not got a head on it. Anyway, we're going to do a kind of, I'm going to try and keep this to 5 minutes. A quick update whilst we get ready for the gym. So today we're going to train shoulders. I'm currently training 4 times a week following my Spring Clean Challenge 12-week program. You can still join in my app. It's still 30% off. It will be the first link in my bio if you want to join in. It's not a pregnancy specific program, it is literally my regular training programs that I can follow because basically when, how to spit this out? Long story short, I have what is classed by my midwife and doctor as, touch wood, like low risk, no complications, normal so far, safe pregnancy. Thus, whatever you were doing before, fitness wise and nutrition wise, you are fine to carry on doing with a few small modifications. I know what those modifications are myself, so that's absolutely fine. Oh my goodness, phone, stop making so much noise. So for me, I've been able to train. I'm so lucky to be able to have kept training pretty much the same way as I have trained for the past like few years. That is not the case for everyone, and I was actually really worried about that because in the first trimester I was feeling a bit on the nauseous side, feeling very tired. I had maybe like a 2-week break from the gym at one point, but then since then I felt good and been, you know, training as normal. But you know, during that time I was like, oh my god, I'm not going to be able to train, this is horrendous, this is so... and it's not from a vanity point of view, okay, obviously that does come into it. We will be honest, when you're used to training for health, fitness, aesthetics, looking and feeling a certain way, when you all of a sudden think you're not going to be able to do that for what's going to be the best part of a year, it's hard to think of not moving regularly, it's hard to think of not like feeling good, and then what does that take on your body, like aesthetic wise, and all this kind of time that you've worked hard on yourself. And again, I don't want anything to ever sound ungrateful when I'm talking about this, but at the same time I want to be very honest, because I feel like so many things about being pregnant are kind of sugar coated, and you're kind of told like, oh, it's such a wonderful time, which it is, it's such a blessing, which it is, but you know, it's kind of a case of there's people that are struggling. Like most people do struggle with it from time to time, and you're kind of, you know, get told just to get on with it, which yeah, you have to get on with it, but at the same time, you know, it'd be good to know that you're not kind of the only person having off days or struggling or anything like that. So yes, for mental health, physical health, for just what I normally do day to day, for my job, all that kind of thing, being able to still train and go to the gym is a huge blessing. Like, I'm so grateful for that, and I'm so happy for that. But like I said, you know, not everybody has the luxury to be able to still do that whilst they're pregnant. And honestly, see, if you can't do it, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. As much as pregnancy feels really long, it's also such a small portion of your life. It really is. It is a small portion of your life. So yes, so for me personally, training wise has been really good. I've really been enjoying my workouts, especially recently. I've really felt like, I don't know, I felt strong. I felt like I'm enjoying my workouts, I have the energy for them, I feel good in the gym, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Obviously I've had a few off days where I'm like, see the days I feel really bloated, because see, being bloated on top of being pregnant, you feel like an absolute mammoth whale. I invented an animal there, but an absolute mammoth whale, and it's so uncomfortable, and you just feel, oh, you just feel bleh. You know, maybe you just feel bloated in general, but add like bloating on top of a pregnancy, it's just, oh, it's just not enjoyable. Again, not complaining or being ungrateful, it's just, I'm just going to tell you my experiences thus far. But overall, my workouts have been great, and I've been doing my 4-day-a-week split. The Spring Clean Challenge is 5 days a week, but you can do 4, i.e. drop the full body day, which I've been doing. I've just not been doing the full body, so I have 2 upper body days and 2 lower body days. Today is one of the upper body days that I'll take you along with me for my shoulder workout. And yeah, and then eating wise, I will be honest, for the most part, again, this kind of ties in with the workouts, like 80-85% of the time, my meals, like breakfast, lunch and dinner, have been the same as I always eat. They've just been the same food that I always tend to eat. You know, I like to have a kind of oat-based morning with fruit, a protein coffee. I like toast and beans at lunch with avocado, again maybe more fruit. Then at dinner time I like tofu, rice, vegetables made in some kind of concoction, whether that's like a curry or a stir fry, or maybe noodles instead of rice or something like that. I would say I eat that way probably 4 to 5 times a week. I'm definitely having a takeaway more often than usual. We have a really good Chinese takeaway near our house, and we're there every weekend, and do you know what? Sue me, it's delicious. So we go there. I would definitely say the area that I would notice the differences in how I'm eating is the desserts. I can't go a day without dessert, and I was always a sweet tooth person. I love chocolate, it's the best thing ever. I'm not like a jelly sweet or gummy sweet type person, but I'm definitely like a chocolate person, a cake person, ice cream person, and that very much has been amplified tenfold since being pregnant, and honestly I'm going with it. I'm not going to not have chocolate, or I'm not going to be like, oh, I had an ice cream cone yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before. It is such a minor thing, you know, it's a couple of ice cream cones throughout the week and it's what I want and I'm having it. I'm still training, I'm eating mostly healthy, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with adding in some indulgences. That's just the way it is. So yeah, overall eating and training, I will say, has been pretty good. It's been 80% to 85% on track as to what I've always done, and it's just making me feel good. In terms of how I'm actually feeling, like, I'll be honest, I never really had a bump. I probably had my abs up until like week 16 or something like that. Not full on abs, but still, you know, I had a relatively flat stomach, and then it kind of slowly started being like a wee tiny cute pouch, and then it got to a kind of awkward phase of you just kind of look a bit bloated and you look a bit like, has she just overeaten for the past few days? And it's hard for people to tell that you're pregnant, and you just kind of look a bit, I don't know, you just don't look yourself. Then we went to the Philippines. I felt so cute in my bikini. I was like licking my belly. I'll try and pop a picture here. Like, I just see that when you feel tanned and you've got your natural face going on and like wavy hair and a tiny baby bump and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is cute. Then we came back from the Philippines and all of a sudden I had this belly, and I will be honest, it took me a while to adjust to having that. And again, it's not being ungrateful, it's not me just focusing on solely what I look like, it's reality of watching your body change, and you absolutely are allowed to have feelings about that. And yeah, it took me like probably the past 2 weeks, I was like, from week maybe 22 to 24 there, I was like, oh my god, I feel massive, I feel so like heavy, I feel uncomfortable. I was noticing in the gym like RDLs, not feeling it. The odd kind of exercise here and there, I'm like, no. Obviously there's some things like you're not supposed to really crunch your core in terms of like a crunching movement, because obviously you will cone or dome your midline down between your abs, i.e. cause further ab separation. It can also, you know, cause hernias and things like that. There's a lot of things to like take into account. So for example, yesterday when we were training chest and back, I, without thinking about it, like had the dumbbells on my knees and went to go back to do a chest press, and obviously that was like a decline crunch with, so 18 and 18, what, 36 kilo, and then I did the same on the way back up. I like crunched up with the weights, and I felt that in my core, and I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to do that. That did not feel comfortable. So basically what I've been doing, like when I'm getting in and out of bed and things like that, is rolling onto my side and then pushing up, so I'm not using my core to do it. So that's yesterday at the gym, I was like, Adam, I need to like go onto the bench, roll onto my back, you have to pass me the dumbbells. Once I'm finished, you have to take the dumbbells, I have to roll back onto my side and push off. It looks hilarious, right? It's like, are you okay? Like I look like I'm ready to drop a baby out at any moment because the dramatics of the rolling around on a bench, it's a bit dramatic, but honestly, needs must. So there's that. Then there's the midwife, last time we saw her, again, was like, how do you sleep? I said, number one, I sleep like an angel. I sleep like a baby. I will sleep 8-9 hours every night, no problem. She says, no, position wise. I said, oh, like on my back, like this. And she's like, no, you cannot sleep on your back. So I've had to buy this pregnancy pillow, and I have to force myself to sleep on my side because it's something to do with the artery that runs up the right side of your back. You're kind of compressing it when you sleep with the weight of the baby and stuff. It restricts blood flow over time to your placenta, restricts the oxygen, all this kind of stuff. Don't quote me on that exactly, along the lines of that. So it's a case of try and sleep on your left side as much as possible. You can sleep on your right side, but try and sleep on your left. See, when I say I wake up 20 times a night paranoid that I have like rolled onto my back, which I have done. Last night I rolled onto my back obviously and I was asleep and I was so comfy. And Adam woke up and he was like, Steph, you're on your back. And I'm like, oh my god, what's happening? You know, thinking like something bad's happening. And he's like, roll onto your side. I don't think it's as dramatic as that, but again, that's what happened. So I'm like rolling onto my side. So throughout the night, I'm waking up multiple times, which I'm not used to doing because I'm trying not to sleep on my back. Also, I have developed a glute and calf cramp in my sleep. Like I will wake up during the night like, oh my god, like my calves are cramped so badly, my glutes are cramping, Adam's trying to like massage my butt, having a great time, you know, like 4 in the morning. So there's a few issues like that. I'm grateful that those aren't my issues. I'm not grateful that they're sleep related, because sleep to me is so important. But overall, that's kind of where we've been. That's where we've been at. Like I said, most of the time we're feeling great. And I'm feeling very positive and I'm feeling very grateful. But we do have days where we are struggling and we're not feeling it. Saturday I had a very emotional day, and emotions aren't for me. I'm not an emotional person. I've never been an emotional person. Emotions are just not, I don't know, things just don't really bother me, but things are bothering me. Yeah, overall I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good and I don't want to complain, but I do want to highlight the some wee areas that I might be feeling like not as good, just so if you guys are also not feeling as good, it's completely normal, okay? We're allowed to not feel good whilst we grow a human being inside our body. I haven't been as tidy with this as I would like to have been. You've never been to heaven, have you? Okay, so we have the Amazon sports bra. Oh my god, what's with the hiccups? Which looks so good from the back, like this. This is the vibe we're going for on like a back day, upper body day, shoulder day. Like I said, I have an Amazon storefront link down below. These shorts I just pulled out of my like mystery wardrobe, didn't even remember I had them. I'll have to put you down a bit so you can see. The Whitney Simmons shorts, like I think this was like her first collection, but they're brown. They're kind of matching, got the butt. So let's go. Okay guys, welcome to the workout portion of this video. So I actually had a microphone on in this, but the audio is so bad. I don't know why it's so muffled. I have kept it on for one of the clips, the second exercise clip, just because it wasn't as bad, but oh my gosh, I'm just going to do a voiceover instead. So we started off training shoulders with dumbbell shoulder press. Now shoulder press, you can do like a standing barbell military press, you can do a seated barbell press, you can do standing dumbbells, you can do seated dumbbells, single arm dumbbells, whatever. I'm finding personally being pregnant that military press is not for me. Like a standing barbell one is too much pressure on my core and lower back. I definitely prefer doing dumbbells. I'm doing 14 kilo dumbbells, so my weight is slightly lower than normal. And we are going for a rep range between 8 and 12 reps. We're just trying to keep the strength up, but also make sure we are maintaining our muscle mass.
Not travelling very far for a second exercise. We are doing. He's still looking at me. Looking it up. I hate it when he listens to me. We're doing a seated lateral dumbbell raise. I've been going between standing lateral raises, dumbbell lateral raises, cable lateral raises, and seated ones. Seated are the best for like, what's the word? The isolation and not cheating.
And here is where I was telling you that I am getting the belly out. You know, we're taking the t-shirt off. My pump covers have become bump covers. Like that is officially the new term. So I do feel a bit awkward sometimes, like having my belly out in the gym. Like, I don't know, it just feels a bit inappropriate. I know that it's not. You can do whatever you like. It's not offending anyone. It is a pregnant belly, but it just feels a bit, I just feel a bit exposed. So anyway, moving on, we are doing seated lateral raises, and like I described, a seated lateral raise is a much more isolated way to hit your lateral head, i.e. your side delts. It just allows you to not force the weight up and swing the weight up as much as if you were standing. I also like doing them on the cable, but I do find the cable quite heavy, and I'm definitely going between cables and like a seated lateral raise with dumbbells. Now with this, I feel like lateral raises, it is very hard to increase your weight regularly, so we are kind of between a kind of 6 to 8 kilo, depending if we're seated or standing. And of course, we are doing a rep range kind of anywhere between 10 and 15 reps. It really just depends. Now, here's me just sitting here trying to get my breath back, because, geez, being out of breath is up there with the symptoms of being pregnant. Anyway, so with my workout routine, I'm going to do a sit down video and talk through everything that has changed in my workout routine, and, you know, kind of talk through how different my training has been. It actually hasn't been that different. Like, if you look at my workout videos on Instagram and things, they're pretty much the same with like a few small adaptations. So I will go through that more in an in-depth video, but just to note that for the most part, I'm doing pretty much the same workout routine as before. So moving on, we are doing rear delts. This is one of my favourite shoulder exercises of all time. It is the rear delt muscle. You could put this in on back day as well. Like, it is a shoulder exercise, but obviously it shapes your back as well. So this we are doing with cables, and we are just doing we kind of take a few steps back and then just pull those cables out to the side, and make sure you're doing it slowly on the way back and forward, so the eccentric and concentric, just so you really make sure the muscle is doing the work. This is the exercise you need to be doing if you want to get a nice shape on your back. I think it's made one of the biggest differences in my physique personally. Oh, and then the belly. That has made a massive physique change. Oh my goodness, it's actually hilarious watching yourself just looking so different. But we're embracing it and we're moving on. So we actually just did a 4 exercise workout today. We were in a bit of a rush, so we finished off with some front raises. This workout only took us 45 minutes. Additionally to this, I would normally maybe add in some arm exercises, so a wee bit of triceps or biceps or both. But like I said, we were a bit stuck for time today, so we're just doing the kind of minimum. My workouts tend to have between 4 and 6 exercises in them. I don't go crazy and try and do like 10 different exercises or anything like that. So a front raise with a dumbbell, single arm, hold onto a bench or something stable. Make sure you're coming up and down with the front head of your delts. Honestly, this is an exercise we've recently added in, and it has made such a difference to the shape of my shoulders. I didn't think you could really make much progress whilst pregnant, but this has really shaped my shoulders. The past couple of months, we've done it pretty much every shoulder day. Because shoulders are my weakness in terms of my aesthetics. Like, they just could be better. My shoulders and arms kind of let me down, if you like. So we really kind of focused on a few exercises to shape the shoulders more. So with this, is each arm we're doing about 10 to 15 reps. It just depends on the weight chosen, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was just a 4 exercise workout, nothing crazy, but I will be honest, my workouts aren't crazy right now. They are 4 to 6 exercises, 45 minutes to an hour, 4 times a week, and that is absolutely plenty. Okay, it is lunchtime. I am absolutely starving and I'm going to just make my usual. You guys have seen this before. It's sourdough bread with avocado, all the spices, baked beans, I know, baked beans, lime juice and sriracha. It is the best thing ever. So this is just a brown sourdough that I'm just going to toast. Like, I'm so hungry and quite honestly I'm going to end up in a bad mood in a minute because I'm actually starving. So I'm going to have this as lunch. I'm really needing like a juicy fruit as well. Don't know if I have any, so I'll get back to you on that one. There's no citrus fruit, so we're going to do pink lady apple. Fruit has been, it's been up there on the cravings list. So as much as we've been craving desserts and chocolate and all that stuff, we've also been really craving fruit, so that's a plus. Also, we definitely get more belly as the day goes on and we eat. There we are! And there we have it. The most extravagant version of brains and toast there ever was. So I used to drink these kind of at dinner time, but actually having them at lunchtime post workout makes way more sense for me. So my vegan protein water is 10 grams of protein per bottle. It is literally juice. It's the best thing ever. Lemon and lime, favourite flavour, then strawberry. And yeah, make sure you check out the description box because there's always a code down there for my vegan, but hands down, the best. If you don't like protein shakes, you don't like milky, like creamy stuff, this is for you. Okay, it's smack o'clock. It's literally, I'm having dinner in about an hour, but I'm having one of these just now, these Alpro chocolate desserts. See, if you have a sweet tooth, these will absolutely save you. I mean, I want to eat all of them, but we're just going to have a wee one of these and we're going to start making dinner shortly. Guys, I started eating this before I filmed it. So I just made this recipe from my app. I'm going to show you on the app. It's grilled tempeh and pineapple, but I never had tempeh, so I just used tofu. This is it here. What an accurate photo of what it actually looks like. So here's the recipe. I'm just going to let it, you can screenshot this if you want to make it. Also on the app, by the way, you can turn nutritional information off in your settings if you don't want to see macros and calories, right? But let's just put it on for the purpose of this video. So we have 47 grams of protein in this. It's basically tempeh and pineapple and rice, and then you just make this sauce, which is like super easy. This took me 10 minutes to make. There is a step by step. I will leave this up here for a few seconds if you want to screenshot. It's literally 4 steps. This is one of these recipes that's so quick and easy to make that you could make a huge serving of it in the pan and make it meal prep and just have it in the fridge for like a couple of days for lunch or for dinner. Oh my gosh, so good. Okay, I'm going to show you what I've been ending my day with recently. Like I said, have a sweet tooth, like next level addiction. Normally, but then being pregnant on top of that is just so much worse, and I love it. So I found these like mini magnums. Half of the box are regular and half are almond. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'm having one, sometimes I'm having 2. The problem is I get really strong sweet cravings at night, and as soon as I start, it amplifies it even more. So like I have one of these and I'm like, I didn't have a second one. Or if I have like a couple of Oreos, I'm like, I think I need a whole packet of Oreos. The what's the word? Willpower isn't there. Well, that's okay. That's okay. So I'm going to end the video and the day having one of these. I think we're going to go almond. I hope you guys enjoyed. I realised I never actually ate vegetables today, and that is a-okay. Okay, you can live a healthy, balanced life and not have to eat vegetables every single day. I had plenty of fruit. My meals were okay.